Alright YouTube, what is going on? My name is Bigfoot and welcome back to episode number 52 of Transport Fever here in the White Valley. In today's episode we are going to continue where we left off from the last episode. We've got a little bit more work to do on the current project which I'm working on. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump to another area of the map. I actually want to go ahead and focus on some passengers this episode, and I guess I did mention it in the last episode that I want to focus on air cargo. That didn't really happen last episode, but I want to see if we can find any. The thing is, there's just no evident opportunities that are jumping out to me for me to do it right now. So that's really the thing that's just playing at the back of my mind, and I'm really trying to go ahead and see the positives in it, but I just can't see where it would be used right now. The problem is I'm not trying to get every town to have all 6 different kinds of cargo going into it. That's the big thing. So that would just take 100 episodes. Way too long. So as long as each town has a few goods going into it, that being maybe 2 or 3, ideally maybe 1 jobs and 1 shopping facility, and then I mean that would be great, but until that happens then I just don't know if it will happen. I just... That's the thing, it's such an unrealistic goal that I've not set it, so that's why when I come to think about it, it's like, it's quite a strange one. Anyway, class 103 it's going to be. We're going to go ahead and just set up some freight trains to take the final goods here from the station into the town of Southgate. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're never going to need more on this short train. It sort of gives me the opinion, do we need a train on this? I mean, no, but I feel that I feel this station could be used in more ways than one going forward anyway. That's what I'm hoping for, but again, we'll have to wait and see. So, this is the G, this is the Southgate, this is the goods. The line's already built, it doesn't need signals because it's a single line. So that's that set up. So now what we need to do is actually redistribute the goods in the town here of Southgate. We touched on it briefly in the last episode, but we're mainly going to be wanting to provide the town with its shopping facilities, so we're going to have 2 bases in this town. I think that is our best bet. So if we go into road vehicles and then we go into cargo hubs, what I want to try and do is, if we can, have a cargo hub in and around about here in this part of the city. I just had that aligning there and now it's no longer aligning. There we go, so that works there. It cuts really sharply into the cliff, but that's going to cover this side of Southgate. And then we can maybe go ahead and try and improve upon some things as well. If we go ahead and draw another road from, say, there to there, that's costing quite a bit. That also provides connectivity a bit further down there. Then over this side of the highway as well, we're also going to have a depot in here, which is going to be interesting to fit in because we do not have a lot of room here actually at all. However, we can get something in there which serves this part of the town quite well, but I actually don't like it there in all honesty because it doesn't serve the blue of the city too well. So if we rotate this around here, I'm actually just trying to fit it in such a tight space, I've realised. But that's going to go in there, which is fine, but I think we're going to add in another one. The thing is here, we need to do a few street upgrades. That's honestly what we need to do. So let's draw that down into there. Then with that as well, can we upgrade that there, and that there, that there. And then what we are also going to do while we're at it here is draw from there into there, which is perfect. So with that done, now if I build another depot over here, say, then that should work out absolutely perfect. That's going to have too much curvature, but I can join into there without destroying that building, so that's perfect. So that covers this part of town here, so that covers that. I mean, this side's covered perfectly. This side of town could be a little bit better, don't get me wrong, but as the demand changes, we will go ahead and make that change. What we're going to do is we're going to have 2 different routes in the town here, so we're going to go ahead and add in The thing is, there's also a train called this because we've misused the words goods. So we've got Southgate here, then we've got goods, then we've got one, which that's going to run from there to there. Then we can go ahead and add in another route, which is going to be the G Southgate goods 2. And then this should be called cargo, not goods. This is my problem, to be honest, but I've started doing it throughout this whole series and it's just not going to change now. So what we're going to do is we're going to run that there like so. And with that done, then we can go ahead and get some trucks onto this. So on the first one we'll probably just put like 2 trucks on, the other one we might put like 4 or something. Again, I'm expecting more goods to come into this station though, that's why I'm going to put so many trucks onto there. So we're going to give the contract this time to Enterprise Logistics just randomly. I think what I'm honestly going to do is maybe just do 2 and 3 trucks actually instead. Or, nah, we're going to have to do 4 just because of the level crossing. It is going to have to navigate as well. So that's Doncaster. That's bad because Doncaster will tell you something is nowhere near here. It's really not, which is alarming. Where are we here? Where is this vehicle? All 4 of these are already leaving. Hold up, I've done something horribly wrong here. Right, first of all, let me think. Let me think. Where's Doncaster? It is definitely nowhere near here. Right, okay, glad we've come to that conclusion. Right, next thing is, we need to go ahead and stop all these road vehicles before they actually make their long, treacherous journey. So Doncaster and Southgate, just got them totally mixed up there. So what we're going to go ahead and do is re-put these on the correct routes. So Southgate 1 you're going to go on to, and then Southgate 1. I'm surprised that I've only done this once this whole series actually, because it's something that you'd find me probably doing quite a bit in all honesty. The thing is as well, there's so many routes now as well, there's so many 1s and 2s that just a small slip of the mind. I don't know what I should have caught myself doing it the first time, but that's it resolved anyway, so it's not too bad a problem, and that means the vehicles are going to go along there, then they're going to surely turn, or they're just going to turn in the middle of the highway, which is fine by me. So we hopefully will start to see this train here, the G Southgate goods train, going ahead and start to bring goods into the city very shortly, which I am excited about indeed. So with that done now, I could add a train into the town of Bangor, but I don't think we're gonna, just because we've got trucks doing a relatively decent job as it is. We could make a more efficient truck route. Let's go ahead and actually have a look at Bangor and see where the trucks are serving. So they're serving something up there, which is fine. And then we're also serving another... Is that the only place we're serving in town? Let me go ahead and pull up this view here. No, so there's another one in there as well, which isn't bad. And I mean, that does cover both bases quite well, to be honest. So yeah, I think we're just going to leave that as it is, to be honest. I mean, I can't really complain too much at all there. I think that should do the trick. Interestingly, that route now is horribly negative, like horribly negative. Though I really don't understand why. Though, I mean, is it that distance that it should be trained, or should the train... Because, I mean, that's the thing, I'm not going to have another depot like right here, for example. That would be pointless. It would be the shortest train. I mean, it'd be about as short as this train journey here, which every time I look at it, I'm like, it's such a waste of money on the train, but I don't know, we'll have to see. The problem is, the rates here are still not good, and as we've known from other parts of the map, all the way up the valley at Prince Dobster and the real Doncaster, all the way over here, is that, how long did it take really for the cargo to sort itself out over here? Quite a long time, so I think it's something we just need to go ahead and really have to leave before we come back to it. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Nice small project there, which has gone ahead and improved on the trucks, which we put in earlier on, and it should hopefully go ahead and improve things. Now, interestingly, I could also go ahead and add in some more train actually to come and deliver the fuel, and that's something that I would be very interested in doing as well. Though, in coming to think about it, Yeah, let's do that. Though let's do that after I'm going to do what I'm going to do next. So, we're going to come all the way back over to Maidstone, because I said I'd touch on Maidstone a few episodes ago. We did the cargo sides of things, but we didn't do the passenger side of things, and it's the tram in this town which is hideous. So if we have a look, first of all, here at the tram, this is the tram route. Now, it's interesting to say the least, because it sort of goes back on itself. I take that back, it doesn't. It's two separate tram routes, right? But it's very difficult to go ahead and see how it's doing. So, first of all, two greens are a no, because that just makes it very difficult to go ahead and work out what is going on. So, that change there, we can now see things are looking a little bit better. The tram's doing not bad. I think in general they just need extended and improved on a little bit, because times have changed quite a lot in this town, and I think it's time to go ahead and really get some more improvements on here. And additionally as well, if you look at have a tram going over and out to here as well from this part of town here, because I don't know, it's just that things are different now. They really are different. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to get some more trams into operation here. We've also got bus lanes where we shouldn't have bus lanes, bus stops. That can tie in quite well with what I want to do, and it's going to be this new tram which we're going to add in. So let's go ahead and start off by building this new tram route here. So it's going to have some overlapping stations. Then what we're going to do is we're going to run it onto some new stations here as well. Then we're going to add in some new stops. This is partially going to connect up the airport a bit better, but also partially the town a little bit better as well. So, we come back into here, let's grab ourselves some more bus stops. We can actually make use of this main street here as well. So let's add in another stop there, and another stop as we totally leave the town. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a stop overlapping a stop, which isn't going to be the worst thing, to be honest. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's exit out of that. Then let's go ahead and continue this on. So from Main Street, we're going to continue along here. I will add in the necessary tram tracks. That's what we are going to need. So we're going to run this back to Main Street. Then at Main Street, what we're going to do is, yeah, we're going to have to start doing some of these upgrades now. Let's go to electric trams along here. So let's send a tram along this road here, and then into there. Then let's go ahead and, can I do this without destroying all the buildings? It looks like I can, which is awesome. So let's run that into there. Then what's going to happen is from Main Street, you're going to split, and you're going to need to build the bus stops. That might help. Not train depots, so we're going to add in a stop there. Then we're going to add in another stop round here like so. Again, I don't know why I'm doing it on both sides when we're not going to be serving both sides of the street, but hey ho. So that's going to run into there, and then we're going to come up the opposite side of the road, which is pretty awesome. And then we're going to run around all of these stops, and then we're going to split off. So there's a bit of overlap, and this might land up causing a bit of traffic, but this is our third route. So it's serving this part of town, and it's also going ahead and connecting out to the one and only airport tramway station, which is awesome. Now the thing to note here is that I mean, this is only going to be used by people in this part of town. If people are in reach of the station, they will use the train station because it's better, but if you're in this part of town, you're not going to cut back on yourself, are you? So that's really one of the reasons why this tram is being built. Plus, right now, the connectivity of the town could be much, much better. So, let's name that. Let's actually check on the connectivity of the town. It's currently at 58%, though the town has got a massive population, which I do need to go ahead and try and serve. So, let's go for no here. Let's go ahead, no, let's go for yes and no there, sorry. And let's go ahead and upgrade that like so. Upgrade that like so, and upgrade that like so, which is fine. Then when we come into the city streets, we are going to add in the bus lanes, just because it is going to be much easier to go ahead and have running here. Now what we're going to do is, Yeah, there's a bad junction here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that road there. And then what we're going to do is draw the new road from there over to there. Though that isn't going to work, and I think I know why that is. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a special road here, which is a one-off. And then this shares the road with cars, which is fine. You're going to join into there. And then that should be good to run, which is exciting. So, with that said, we can now get trams on the go. Trams are going to come from the station over here. Now, what are we going to go for? We're going to go bang in the middle, and we're going to go for the equivalent of Mirages, or... I mean... Cobras did honestly spring to mind as well, but... So Cobras have a running cost of 70k a year. I think we're going to maybe try the Vienna stock actually, because again I want to try something different. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put, I don't know, maybe 6 of these out onto the streets here for this route. So that's going to be the TR Maidstone 3. So out those trams go, and we'll see how that gets on. Now let's actually go back to the 2 existing routes we've got in this town and see what we can do, if we can make any changes. Do I think we can make any changes? I do think we can make some changes, definitely. So what we're going to do for our TR Maidstone right now is how are all our trams capacity, because I mean they don't seem too bad. There's obviously some bottleneck stops, which is understandable. So based on the amount of money we're making though, I think we can go ahead and make 2 changes. So we can go ahead and upgrade the tram size, that's for definite. I don't think we're going to add in any extra stops or anything like that up this end. I think we're just going to move the tram onto this road here if we can though. Go ahead and take some more pressure off this. But go ahead and connect up this part of town a little bit better. I think that would be quite a good idea to do. And then what I think we're going to do is we're going to move down this street as well instead. Take more pressure off this main road here too. And just go ahead and try and diversify the city centre a bit, and it stops. So if we upgrade this, then for this one here, let's go for bus lane no. And let's go and roam down there, which is fine. Then with regards to this back road here, this is going to have to be the same. And then we should be able to go ahead and re-upgrade like so. So that's just going to mean a very small change in stops on this line. And then I think we'll either add more trams in or we'll upgrade the capacity of the current trams. I'm hoping that this will actually go ahead and make the trams much faster. Though again, I'm not really at all sure if it will or not. So let's go ahead and add in these 2 extra stops. Now let's edit the TR Maidstone. So we're going to get rid of 5 and we're going to get rid of 12. Then after stop number 4 now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to call in at Grange Road, then into Main Road. Then from 13 we're going to call at Main Road and then the Grange. That's already taken off some pressure from that area in there, which is awesome. Then coming down here, stops, Queen's Road's going to be our big bottleneck because that's sort of our exchange stop. Queen Street is going to disappear, which is going to... I'm unsure about this one. We're definitely going to have to go ahead and I think upgrade the capacity and the size of trams. So let's add in a stop there. And honestly, I think that will do. What we will do is we'll add in another stop on the circle there though as well. So if we exit out of this here, so let's get rid of stop 3 and then stop number 16. Then after stop number 2 now, we're going to call at this stop here. Then we're going to call at this stop here, Stanley Road. And then after 17, we're now going to call at Stanley Road. And there we go. So that's that small change made. Not too much done, but it should hopefully go ahead and help things out. I'm also going to go ahead and remove that stop there, and then we're going to go ahead and just downgrade this road here, which is wonderful. Now that's that tram route sorted, so it's a little bit changed. It already says the frequency time's actually gone down. I'm not at all sure if I do believe that though. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and the current trams on here, Cobras, I want something in between 48 though. I want something maybe the 35 seaters. Got 30 there, we got 60 there, 35 there, that's not bad. I wish we could have something like 40. 58, 29, 23, 30, 60, 22. These are 32, but 32 isn't big enough. Should we try out Citadis trams? I think we're gonna go for it, to be honest. Let's go for the Citadis. I mean, you guys are what, 48 seater, so yeah, we're gonna go with Citadis trams here, the classics. So we're gonna put those out onto the tracks, and then I think as well, simultaneously, we'll actually add in another one onto this route, just to go ahead and complement it and add it up to 8. So let's go ahead and do TR, let's do Maidstone, and let's make that 8. So you can see the frequency was creeping back up there, it was all the way up at 62. Don't know how profitable the tram will be on this section, but I think as it comes down into the city now, it shall do quite well. As we can see here on Grange Road, this tram is already going to fill up, so that's why I'm thinking increased capacity, it should do quite well. And as well, because we've got a new tram now as well in the town, which is already getting a bit of use then. I mean, it's at 22 already, that tram's full and it's actually going out of town. How is this one doing coming into town? It's empty so far, so it looks like the airport extension probably isn't doing that great. Though we've got 13 on that one, so that's quite interesting. It's awesome though to see this station getting double use, which is cool. We've also got a lot of people wanting to go into Maidstone. I am expecting it to take a lot of pressure off the station though. Probably only use will be people actually going from here to Coburn now, I'm expecting, but that's that tram sorted. So, next tram we need to sort is the TR2. So this tram is also doing extremely well. What we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and extend this tram just because I can see it working out, extending itself down over to this part of town. I was always interested in going ahead and maybe trying expanding it down to here, because this part of town seems really hustling and bustling, though I don't know how easy that would be, to be honest. So we can give it a go though and see if it works out. So what I'm thinking of doing is adding in the tram down this back street here. So if we go ahead and jump in here, we go to electric, yes. Can we get a wide road coming down here? No. I'm just panning my route out if I was to fully commit to it. Pretty much can actually do this relatively easily. So what we're going to do is we are going to bring this along here. I am actually going to undo what I've just done and remove bus lane. The thing is, I don't think this needs to be any extra with bus lane because it's actually really quiet around this part of town. Then when we get to this part of town, this is where it probably could do a bit larger. Now I do expect demand to be high going both ways now because... that's not good. Let's go back to yes here for that. The reason is because there's going to be a good solid tram connection in this area now, which is nice. So if we go to bus lane no, let's make a turning circle around here, which is fine and dandy. So as we can see, there's so many people walking on the streets around here, so that's why I expect there to actually be quite a bit of demand. So if we add in the tram stop there, may not make much sense having it there, but that's where we've got the tram lanes. Then we can go ahead and add in a... See, this is where I don't want to add in a stop actually because of the fact that trucks are going to be using that section there. Let's add another stop up the hill there. Let's add one in the heart of the industrial estate here. And then another one on this road here. Then what I think we'll do is we'll get rid of Windsor Road and Church Lane. I think that's my best bet here. So let's go ahead and close the Windsor Road stop. So after bus stop number 6, or tram stop, it's the same stop essentially. Then we're going to run it down here like so. Go ahead and do a turning circle around there. Call back in at Green Lane and then back in at King's Road. And that's perfect. So again, we're going to go ahead and change slightly colour wise because the new route we had to build, of course, turned out to be green. Just had to be. So as we can see, there's going to be changeover points at King's Road, at High Street and at School Lane, which is fine, and Queen's Road, I suppose you could say now. So that's that sorted now. I really am expecting a lot more demand to occur. So, to support this demand, we're also going to upgrade the trams to Citadis trams as well. I mean, I'm sorry, but it just, I mean, this is a big town. It's got over 4,000 people, so that's very important to note. So, let's first of all go ahead and make that change. Then with regards to adding in more trams, I think that may be needed as well. So how are we doing round here? Not too bad. At the end of the line we've got 14 passengers already, so we've got 7 on this route as well, which is good to note. So, why can't I see the TR Maidstone 3 in there? Did I misspell it? I probably did, or I've not redone the search. Right, anyway, so let's go ahead and add in another one of these onto this route. So TR Maidstone 2, perfect. Right, okay, so that should hopefully go ahead and make now some difference as well. I've really gone ahead and pushed that route now to the next level. So the final thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and jump in here and remove that stop. We're going to go ahead and remove that stop. And then we're going to go ahead and just downgrade some of these roads once and for all. There, and there, which is perfect. We also go ahead and upgrade that one to there as a cheeky nice surprise. Right, okay, so while we've spent a lot of time here, which I'm quite happy about. We're going to go ahead and I actually can't believe how much time we've spent here. Quite amazing. It's pretty much the episode's already over. We'll get some more stuff done though very shortly, but that should really make a difference to the town, so I'm quite excited actually. And with regards to the connectivity of the town, it's actually slightly gone down, which is interesting. Don't really know where that logic is. It's gone down from what I recall 3%, so interesting. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and move on from that. So how are we doing down here? Things are pretty busy down here, aren't they? Especially on the Maidstone 2 route. How is the Maidstone 2 route? So if we go for G, Maidstone, and filter by road vehicle. Yeah, okay, I can understand why, to be honest. Looks like maybe need an extra truck or 2. So let's fire up 2 more DHL trucks and let's just get these out onto the Maidstone goods 2. Which is awesome, so that should hopefully go ahead and help clear out that backlog as another train comes in with what will be fuel. Thing is, yeah, it's definitely fuel. Yeah, I can't remember what wagons we use for the construction materials, though I'm pretty sure it isn't those, though it might be those. But anyway, that's another dump of fuel coming in here, which is awesome. Right, so we're done with Maidstone, which is cool. Minus, there's a large build up here, but I don't think it's to full trains, because that train's not full, that train's not full, nor is that train. We've got one of every single train coming into the station right now, which is perfect. So, Essen Maidstone definitely isn't full. The T Maidstone Telscom is so close to being full, but it's not full. Then we have the Coburn Maidstone, which is pretty empty, to be honest, actually, quite remarkably. So, I think capacity is fine, but it's just because this is a big switch station. It means that we have just a lot of passengers coming and going and switching, so it's not actually that the trains are full, it's maybe we just need to run a few more, but I'm going to leave that for the time being. Right, so let's jump back over at this end of the map and see how we're doing on the production of goods. Really not great. Where does all that stem from? Well, it's going to stem from lack of wood, possibly. Thing is, I think the trains have the demand there. So then my thought is the bottleneck is possibly to do with the plastic. Though again, there's enough trucks moving in between here, which is fine. There's enough oil being brought up, I'm assuming. I mean, there's a lot of vehicles which are going ahead, and I mean, you'll be leaving here relatively empty, only 11, so that's not the problem. It's not to do with oil. Plastic's getting along there fine, so then my only other thing is it planks that aren't clearing out of here fast enough? Because we only do have one train on this route. Try to work out where it is. It's underground somewhere. Yeah, it's just coming out through here, so And I mean, you've got a capacity of what, 320, and there's no way that you're going to be going ahead and filling up there. So it's just a waiting game, honestly. It really is just a waiting game at this current stage. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we focused on Maidstone a lot this episode, and that was pretty much it. So kind of disappointed in our progress, in all honesty. I do hope to go ahead and work on something else in the next episodes. Also got this train going at Southgate, which can't imagine it's doing very profitable. I kind of don't want to check, to be honest, how bad it is doing. It's the G Southgate. So the road vehicles aren't doing good, and the train, surprise surprise, is doing absolutely diabolical. So, but I mean, if this picks up, I do feel it could be worth it. I mean, on this train, got 38, we've got, what, a truckload. So no wonder we're losing 4 million there. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are wrapping this episode up here. Hope you have enjoyed it. Please leave a like, rate, and subscribe if you are new around here. What are we going to do next? Honestly, I really just do not know. I really do not know. I am at the stage now where I would like to at least get some cargo into every town. So any towns we don't have any cargo going into, that is a priority. Which, is there any towns which are like that? Spalding will be one. So yes, that is Spalding. Can we click on it? So Spalding's on the list. I'll add that as a note. Southgate's fine, that's not doing very well. Botry, are you getting fuel? No, so Botry's on the list. Portishead. Wow, those two. I think Chorley is as well. So yeah, we've still got a lot of towns. Corolla and Durham will be on this list. Somerton shouldn't be on this list anymore, which is awesome. So we know what we need to do. We know what part of the map we need to hit. Burnham, I suppose you're actually not either. Hetton's doing wonderful. You get targeted by a lot of goods. We focused way too much on Hetton earlier on in the game, hence why I don't touch it anymore. So, as we can see here, yeah, our capital city pretty much is getting in 4 different kinds of cargo. Outside of that, though, this side of the map is covered really, really well, with everything, lots of stuff being moved around here, as is Coburn, as is Maidstone. So, but yeah, our next attack is this corner of the map up here, because really, we have all these towns in sight, all 5 of them, nope, all 5 of these do not have any cargo going into them, nor does Botry, in fact, so that gives us a lot of work to do, which I'm very excited about. Anyway, please leave a like, rate, and subscribe if you are new around here. Go down into the description below, check out my Patreon, my Twitter, and my Discord, and that's all, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Bigfoot, and I'm out.